Hi, my name is Ashley Koch, and the research topic that I chose is social action media and the impact it has on society. Before I begin, I have two statements up here that I want to sink in before we continue. First, the media is a very powerful tool that is used to control the minds of the masses. Second, it has the power to make the innocent guilty and the guilty innocent. Basically, once a member of society forms an interpretation, their perception has the power to influence a portion of society. Social action media is used as a tool to raise awareness about a specific subject, often with the intention of prompting action or change among an intended audience. How social action media is used. Media messages can come in many forms such as social media, television, radio, newspapers, or even video games. However, my research focuses mostly on social media, the news, and television platforms. Audiences construct meanings from the content they perceive, and the effects of the media can either be beneficial or harmful to society. This largely depends on how the message is interpreted and acted upon. Media effects. The effectiveness of media messages falls on the ability to achieve given objectives, whether this is attracting large audiences or influencing opinions and behavior. Opinion and belief are studied on various levels, which often involves the collective expression of societies. The media's goal is to raise awareness, state the facts, and build an argument to sway the audience towards one side. These messages can either be positive or negative. Positive if it's dealing with an issue on developing a healthier lifestyle. Negative if the message is promoting violence and hatred. The divided society. When social action becomes informal and unstructured, societies can become divided. Around the world, 1.2 billion people use an app or website to generate as well as consume information. This can have devastating consequences in reference to message interpretation because two-way communication is lacking. When there's no two-way communication, people do not often seek clarity within messages. They jump to incorrect conclusions and creates chaos worldwide, where feedback is rarely positive. This can often lead to stereotyping because many people only hear what they expect to hear, not what is actually being said. My research focuses mainly on the negative influence of the media, because those side effects are typically hidden from the public eye. It's pretty cut and dry when you're dealing with awareness campaigns, new branding, or even fundraising. But many fail to see the influence of the media on political decisions, which are based on false information and also creates racial divides, which we have recently witnessed. By focusing so much time and energy in less meaningful social media relationships, the importance of the real-world relationships tend to weaken. There is decreased productivity in the workplace. There is a new self-absorbed culture. There are racial divides. There's no more privacy. And the new norm is that society is only motivated by self-interest. Technology and social network has given rise to a growing obsession with impression management and self-presentation. Other negative impacts. The need for social currency, which is basically the person who has the most likes and comments, has the most power. The rewards are positive social feedback. This unhealthy obsession society has with their reputation fosters the integration of psychological research with social action concepts. Selective self-presentation strategies to portray an ideal self and in turn seek out approval is another negative impact. Also, Excessive monitoring of others' activities can trigger emotions of exclusion, envy, jealousy, which tends to increase social anxiety. The social comparison process can be a form of social interactionism due to the fact that it revolves around the way that people react to and interpret social situations. By integrating social interactionism with social phenomenology, researchers can seek to make sense of relationships between action, situation, and reality that take place in society. Social phenomenology is an approach that aims to reveal what role human awareness plays in the production of social action and is the belief that society is a human construction. Even though social media websites are not for reporting the news, it allows individuals to give their opinions about the news and thus influencing others' opinions. This helps us to understand how meanings are constructed, where individuals rely on language, knowledge, and experience to enable social interaction. The media affects individuals on various levels and has a profound influence on the behavior of society. This leads us to the 6 premises of social action. These premises are used to understand how societies develop around a shared pattern of consumption and interpretations. The first, meaning is not in the message itself, but is produced by interpretive processes of individuals. The second, media messages are not determined passively, but is produced actively by audiences. Third, meanings of media shift constantly as individuals vary their media use. Fourth, the meaning of a message varies depending on the individual and is a communal activity. The fifth, how we act towards the media and what meanings emerge from those actions are social interactions. And lastly, researchers join the communities they study and share what they learn. Conform or deviate. A person conforms if he or she chooses a course of action that a majority favors or that is socially acceptable. In contrast, an individual deviates if he or she chooses an action that is not socially acceptable or that the majority does not favor. Individuals strive to be accurate in their judgments and observations, but they often rely on social cues around them to aid in interpreting a given situation. Studies have shown that an individual's motivation can be accurate. To be accurate is influenced by social pressure created by a group of inaccurate individuals. Next, this is where framing and agenda setting come in. The media techniques of framing and agenda setting have affected the way that people think about the news, help organize the world of experience, and are stunningly successful in telling us what to think about. These media strategies go hand in hand with social action media studies and occur because the media must be selective in reporting the news. The media focuses our attention by highlighting certain aspects of the issue. The selective information is a key element in the creation of social movements and altering the behavior of society. Continued. The media has a predetermined agenda and is aware that their audience is rarely open-minded about current events, thus giving the power to sway public opinion. If society is going to defend against misleading information, they must be aware of the general perspective that others use to frame the problem or issue at hand. In turn, society should be sensitive to situational demands, such as group norms, group pressures, and symbols. Persuasion is a dominant media force, and social media channels make many individuals hyperreactive to issues. Not only has it become easy to manipulate the media, it is having a corrosive influence on society. Media content is frequently tailored for specific audiences, and in doing so, the media is able to generate desired responses and actions from members of society. Not only has society become conditioned on how to take advantage of social networking sites, but has also become the social norm to challenge authority. Individuals learn from experience and observation, and the media plays a significant role in guiding behavior and building false realities. If just 10% of social network is strongly committed to an opinion, that's enough to rapidly convert the uncommitted 90% to adopt their point of view, creating a tipping point where a minority view becomes the majority opinion. As scholars continue to share their concern for larger social forces, they must look beyond media content and individual effects in order to capture large social outcomes of society and media interactions. It is certainly fair to say that the interaction between the media and society influence each other on multiple levels. Thank you for viewing, and I hope everyone has had a great semester.